particularity of Colombia is it's a very modern country with a very high level of violence. And in this context, you can develop a lot of very new and innovative solutions, very modern solutions, but at the same time you have to take into account that the institutions and the small farmer organizations in certain areas of the country are very, very fragile, very in danger, and they have a lot of risk. That's the context in which we are. And the government has asked us to concentrate our efforts in these areas, in the more difficult areas of the country. And we are just approving an operation of $50 million for that. Our history in Colombia is quite short, because we have one area of specialization is micro-enterprises. The only thing that we did, some financial inclusion, but especially micro-enterprises. And we have a project on micro-enterprises working quite well, attending more than 50,000 families, co-financing the initiatives of these families in their micro-enterprises. That's more or less our... the advantage to invest on micro-enterprises is that assets are always reconverted on others. That means you can have a broken in a micro-enterprise, you can lose your market, you can lose your enterprise, but you will retransform your assets on another thing. And I'm talking especially on human assets and social assets, not only physical ones. As far as you invest on young people who have small enterprises, they can change from one to another. They can keep all this knowledge that they have and apply in other areas. Well, we are very focused on income increases as we are working in micro-enterprises. Especially on diversification of products, on increasing the value of the product, not only the quantity but especially the value. Try to put in some cases these products on the market with a trademark and with all the sanitary conditions and all the regulations in order to have a sustainable production on time and a safety production on time. And in the case of Colombia, it is working very well. In environment, we have two types of environments. One is this violence environment, in the sense that it's not only violence against persons and assets, and it's also violence against the nature and the rivers and the trees and all who constitute the patrimony of the country. The advantage in Colombia is that all the societies is always taking into account this argument. This is if you want to invest and protect a river, for example, it's very easy to mobilize the farmers' organization, the enterprises, the municipalities. And in the case of these micro-enterprises, normally they are practically neutral in terms of biological environment, and also in some cases are also creating good contribution for the environment. Our target population now, we are more or less 40% working with young people. That means people of less of 27 years is the definition for Colombia, and especially with women. More than 30% of our target group is Afro-descendant people. And in the new operation, the proposal that we have is 70% young people and 60% Afro-descendant population. In fact, Latin America is the most violent area in the world, and that's why we have to include in our project the dimension of violence. We cannot ignore it, we cannot suppose that violence doesn't exist, because violence destroys the assets, the human assets and the physical assets, and destroy the trust in the society, destroy the institutions. That means we have a good quantity of experiences and instruments to contribute to peace in different aspects. One of them is citizenship. Another of them is to reinforce the institution of the poor and to create a bridge among the institution of the poor and the institutions of the main society in order to reduce the inequality that we have, which is one of the main causes of violence is inequality.